Hello everyone, my name is Sam, and just before I get into it, I messed up with recording footage. Uh, I didn't have enough space on my hard drive, and I ended up recording 2 to 3 hours of gameplay, and I only got the boring, crappy bits. This is most of the footage is just this guy RDMing, and I'm trying to basically post this footage on the forums. Didn't work. I ended up making a private YouTube video to send it to the admin to get him banned. I'll talk a bit more about that later, but yeah, basically the footage is going to be crap, so sorry about that. Gonna get right straight into it. This is proximity gaming. It's a bit controversial. I wasn't too sure if I wanted to do it, but I just thought, for the sake of gameplay and for the sake of reviews, I'm going to do it. I've not played this game before, completely fresh into it. This is my first few moments. I'm being RDM'd, but don't take that account. All the RDMers got permanently banned. Proximity gaming. This is the server. Auschwitz RP. Never thought I'd do it, but it's worth it. Respectfully, like, it is a proper game mode. They have put effort into this. It's not just a random racist mess. They've tried to make it a roleplay experience in their own little way. If you are hurt by this, like, you find it offensive, just simply don't watch and don't play, because it's not going to change anything. It's going to be a community with your approval or not. But if you want to just hear more, then continue with this. And if you've got Gary's mod, give it a go if you like what you hear. So I'm going to just jump straight into the good points. Really fast download. So like I said, if you fancy just giving it a shot, go for it. You'll be in within 3 minutes at the most, unless you've got a terrible download speed, maybe a bit more. But that's that. There's a standard F4 menu that's missing a few textures, but still does what you need to do. There's jobs, entities, ammo, and I've already said entities, all that sort of stuff. So it's not hard to navigate through. There's a set of jobs that you can choose to play as, different types of prisoners that you could be. So there was the rebels, and then there was the Jews. I'll talk about those in a bit later though. There was loads of different types of SS, like the Nazis. There was loads of that, which kind of made it more fun on their side. And all these jobs you had to level up for, which is a good way of getting your players back. So if there was Adolf Hitler, I think that was level 20, maybe 30. Forgive me if I'm wrong. So if someone wanted to be like the top rank, then you would have to grind, and by grinding you could do all sorts. There was a party menu which I found nice. I didn't understand why the party menu was the same button as the food menu. So that means if you wanted to get to the party menu, you'd have to get rid of the food menu, and then, I don't know, just a bit of, something, maybe just switch it to F6 or something. But basically, this party menu, you could have your friends, and then you'd see your friends from a distance because they'd be highlighted green. Again, I would have footage of this, but all went out, so I'm so sorry for that. I did want almost record the whole thing again, but it would have just felt cheap because I'd be doing these things. But I like to film with my experience. This is how I'm playing, not just acting out scripted events just to get good content. That's not what I like to do. But yeah, you'd see the health of your friends. So if you're doing a team-based activity, like you're robbing the bank, or you're doing an assassination mission and you're being attacked by the SS, you would easily be able to keep track of who's okay, who needs medical attention, all that sort of thing. So it's good on that. If you're just a standard prisoner, I don't just like to say Jew because it wasn't all Jews. There was other types of prisoners. So I'm just going to refer to them as prisoners. There's plenty of different ways to kind of grind and process money. In that, there was you could mine and wood farm. So you could chop down trees and process that and sell that. And what you can buy with that is like guns to rebel, like just items. You can buy drug labs. So if you go to a hiding place, which I did find and I would have footage of, but obviously can't. And you can like make drugs. You can do MDMA, meth. You could do alcohol, all that sort of stuff. So there's a way to get money on that side. The weapons that I used are all from World War Two. You got some Russian weapons like the PPSH. You've got the German weapons like the MP40, which is one of my favourites. You've got the British Sten gun, I think I saw. I appreciated all them. I'm fascinated by history, so seeing those in context in a game like this, that pleased me. I saw a strange mechanic that I've not seen. When you're not necessarily dead, I don't think there's a specific criteria for it, but if you get hit a few times by some bullets, you just drop your gun. I don't know if that's because, like, say if you get hit in the arm, you wouldn't be able to still shoot your gun. It might be because of that, or it might be as a way to surrender. So basically, if you shot too many times, this server doesn't want you to die, it wants you to surrender, so it will just instantly drop the gun. I don't know what the code behind it is. I didn't get to play around with it enough, but it was quite a nice feature, I guess. Realistic if it is for the arm reason, like you get shot in the arm, you drop your gun. But it also makes a more of an RP situation instead of just killing people and respawning. You get to do something with them. And trigger warning, you could obviously the famous method of killing people in Auschwitz is the gas chambers. That's made an appearance in this server. So you could in a roleplay situation kill people like that. If you're the SS and you wanted to punish a Jew or a prisoner, sorry, you'd gas them. If you wanted to just have a laugh and capture a Nazi and give a taste of his own medicine, you could do the same there. That's what I did. It was quite funny actually. And I would have footage again, but I don't know what the footage is doing right now. It's just frozen in there. I think I might be tabbed out of the game or something, so just stop recording. Now I'm going to move on to the kind of the bad aspects of the game that I didn't either like or just thought was silly. Going back to the jobs, there was the two main jobs. There was also a cook and stuff, but there was a Jew and then there was like a rebel. I didn't understand why these had to be different jobs, because I think it would be a lot more immersive and a lot more with good intentions of roleplay if everyone was just the Jew job or the prisoner job. I think it should be renamed prisoner, because I think Jews are a bit too touchy. Yeah, a large portion were Jews, but they weren't all Jews. So I think in that aspect, just a prisoner tag would probably be a lot more better. Would just be better in general. But yeah, I didn't understand why they had to be different. It almost insinuates that the Jews couldn't be rebels. The rebels were the other. I don't think that's what they're trying to say, but it just kind of makes it out that way. It keeps freezing. I just cut out a big chunk of it earlier when I mentioned it. It went on for like another 3 minutes. So yeah, if you're a coder or you have the authority to change that things about, maybe do something like that. I didn't understand why you could sell only one ore at a time. I ordered a bit, went to the thing, I mined like 90, and I had to click 90 times to sell it all. There might be a hidden key bind, I don't know, but they didn't say that. I right clicked, nothing happened, so I just kept left clicking. Just an extra little feature you could add if you have the capability of coding. Eat water. You must have known this, anyway. Eat water. When you're in the event, as you can see on the bottom of the screen, you've got a hunger and thirst bar, and we're trying getting water in the menu. You have the option to eat the water. Another little code thing that you could change. Didn't bother me too much, just thought it was worth mentioning in case you didn't know, and if you do have the capability of doing it, then why not. This health bar took me ages to know what the actual health bar was. It's that little green line, like just under my name there. That was my health bar. a bit out of the way, a bit too small. At least give me like a number or something, you know. That's better than just this crappy little green bar. There was a flamethrower, which was a very effective weapon and was pretty cool. However, missing textures. I don't know if I need to download something extra, but all I've downloaded from this game is the download time. Like I've joined the game. That's all I've downloaded. So if there is like a Steam page where I'm supposed to download that, then there you go. Tell me in the comments. But for someone who just starts, yeah, the flamethrower is just pink and black, red squares flying all over the place. There's a few little bits of missing textures. It's nothing, as you can see. The map looks beautiful, although it is not necessarily a beautiful place. It looks quite nice, so you gotta give them that. I didn't understand why when you become SS you're given a pickaxe and I was in the beginning when I was mining as a prisoner. I saw this Nazi just doing his own little thing, just mining his titanium. I didn't understand why. I don't know why you have them in the first place. Obviously, Nazis have more equipment than the prisoners would, but they still have the pickaxe. I don't know. Maybe just take that out for immersion purposes, because if you are trying to get, you know, a realistic experience of what it's like, and you are trying to be a serious role player, you know, that seeing a Nazi doing his chores with the prisoners, it's not the best. As an SS soldier, I tried to be both prisoners and the SS just to get the best of both worlds. You had two different ropes. You had a restrainer and another one, but they both did the same thing to me. And you can only use these two once. So if you use the restrainer and someone escapes or whatever, you can't use that again. You got to use the other one, which is the exact same thing. It might not be, but to me it was. There might be a small little difference. And yeah, and once you've used both of them, you gotta kill yourself, basically. There might be a shop, I think, maybe to buy them, but why would a Nazi have to buy rope? I guess you could call it realism, because if you know you rope up a prisoner and they escape, you know, you're not. They technically have the rope still because you've put it on the floor. I don't know, but bit silly, really. You don't like see like when you have handcuffs in like other game modes. You don't only have one pair of handcuffs here. You just keep handcuffing them. I thought it was silly that everyone spawns in the same place, because that way there's a gatekeeper who closes the gate. But what's annoying is, like, say if you're the Nazis, for example, you know, why do we have to, like, it's to keep prisoners or people out or stop people from getting in, but like there's no way to get in apart from that gate. To my knowledge, there might be a secret passage, or you might have to go all the way around. I don't know. But I just thought it was a bit silly. I think the Nazis should spawn inside the camp where prisoners are allowed to go, and then prisoners can enter. Which I don't know why they have to enter the camp. I'm pretty sure the whole point is to escape. But you have to get into the camp to like do the things. A bit silly, I think, but what can you do? Well, if you can do something, do it. If not, then yeah. Last little note, bit of lag. Not all the time, but sometimes I try to restrain a certain prisoner. I can't remember the details. And the lag just made it almost impossible. It was jumping around and the doors were flinging up and down. I have footage of all of this, and it just pains me that I can't show you. I've not had to do this before. Now from now on, I'm always going to check my storage to have at least 3 gigs free, because I looked and I had 16 megs, and I was just like, you're joking. That's why. So yeah, really bummed out about that. But yeah, those were the good and bad points about the server. Nothing too harsh for the bad points. I'd say the biggest change that you could do is maybe just make do just one job and maybe recall it prison or something, so that way, you know, a Nazi will see a rebel. That Nazi knows that rebel's got a gun. Well, he knows a Jew wouldn't. Well, he might, but because he might have bought one, but generally wouldn't have one. So they're always on guard when they see the rebels. But if everyone was the same one, it'd make it a lot more intense for them to realise who's who, and I think that it would just create a lot of immersion in that sense. So that's probably the biggest one for me. But other than that, not too much to worry about. Now I'm gonna summarise the community. I always talk about the server at its core, and then I'm gonna start talking about the people actually playing. I thought it was very 50-50 players wise. I'm not going to talk about admins yet. Some of the players were absolutely fantastic. They took this game so seriously. They really well played and tried to make it better for everyone. The other percent were running around, causing mayhem, RDMing, just doing silly things, breaking fail RP all the time. And it's a shame they get away with it, because I don't think there's not too many admin press on the players here. Like we're almost like, we could easily, I reckon, RDM for a while before an admin catches on. That's what was going on. And I wanted to talk about the admin you see right here. He's got these two people RDM'd heavily, and I'm talking, as you saw, that it was in the footage earlier. And the second I posted that footage, they went out on another RDM speed because they knew he was about to get banned. But this admin, he was new. And he said, I was asking, could you teach me about this game? I don't know how to play, what can I do? And he said, I don't really know myself. I've barely even played this server, and he's already admin. He doesn't know how to check logs, because otherwise these two would have been banned already, so I had to give him video proof. So it kind of shows admins are a bit unprofessional. This one, others might be. I've only really come into contact with this one that properly engaged with. He was nice enough. He treated with respect, and he wasn't disrespectful in any way, but he didn't necessarily know his stuff, which an admin should. So yeah, but that's that about that. So yeah, players, some of them brilliant, others not so brilliant. It's really 50-50. Admins, they were pretty well behaved. I saw a lot of them were being permanently banned. These admins don't mess around. If you do RDM, you will be permanently banned. I didn't see one warning or one to an RDMer, which is good. I think more servers should do that. There's always, you've just killed 10 people, taken all the guns and made it RP a nightmare, but I'll give you a warning. No, just get them gone. Minges will be minges, like these two here. So yeah, it's not a bad result. I felt like this from an admin's point of view, this server is quite hard to manage, because so much happens in one sitting. Like seriously, things go from 0 to 100 real quick, and it can happen in loads of different locations. So if there's only a few admins on, which I think it was only, I think, 2, maybe more. I've run out of footage now. I didn't realise I had 18 minutes recorded. I didn't realise I'd be talking for 18 minutes. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, it was hard to manage. There should have been more admins on. If there wasn't, if there was, then but didn't tell the people that there was, then I'm sorry. So maybe get more admins on. But the admins performed well. Other than the new admin, well, new player pretty much. At the beginning, he could have done that job a lot quicker. I can't hold him against it. He'll learn with time. And if you're watching this, you're a nice guy. If you're hurt by this, don't be. I've been admin before, I've been you, and it's harder than you think. I'm gonna finish this, and I'm gonna say this is a solid 6 out of 10, and it's a good 6 out of 10. Not because what way is it that it just doesn't feel finished. I feel like the 6 out of 10 is for the server mainly, not necessarily the community. If I did a separate review score, I'd say the community is a 7, but I don't usually do that. I just kind of review the server itself. It's a 6. It is good, and you will have fun on it, but I don't think there's enough in it. I don't feel like the admins press the players enough. I think it's a bit messy. It's not really organised. It's a bit of a free for all. Imagine you could do a lot to help, but the players are quite low. You've got a good base. I've been on the forums, and you're engaging. The community are kind, and I hope you'll be kind to me when I post this on the forums and on YouTube. I've not given a 6 out of 10 to a server before without them absolutely going baby on me, kicking their feet in the air. If you do have something to say that would be negative, leave it in the comments, and please be respectful, because I'll be respectful back. If you're just going to tell me I'm stupid, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm a retard, then you know, I'm gonna just reply accordingly. But that's what I think. It's a 6 out of 10. But it was probably the best 6 out of 10 I've played. I'll give you that. So thank you for